the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
What's happening? What's happening, man? What's happening? The heavy hitters took a week off, so hey, we gonna get in some wrestling with the wrestling Mike. Wrestling Mike, welcome back to the wrestling Mike. I'm your man OG Truth with a two, Hurts with a Z, and we got the Black Mike today in the house. Main event. What's happening? Main event.
What's going on, everybody? And everything's lovely, man. Still cracking lacking, still trying to, trying to maintain and trying to get over. But these fans, they won't let me get over just yet. So
I get it. Listen, last night, well, early this morning, I said, you know what? Being that I'm doing wrestling content now, I said I'm gonna start keeping up with everything now, not just WWE. So um um I'm gonna start back with the women of wrestling this weekend. Um I I still keep up with TNA a little bit. But I watch AEW, whichever one come on Saturday night. They come on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So whichever one come on Saturday night, I think is Collision.
yeah, collision.
And actually, it wasn't main event. Overall, it wasn't a bad show. Wasn't a bad show.
The Saturday shows are never too bad. The ones that I normally
Um,
worry about are the Wednesday and Friday shows.
and I'm gonna make sure I watch. You know, when we get off of here, I'm gonna make sure I watch the night show. But what the all this? Let me tell you something, man. Mike and I was talking earlier. People like, and y'all say some prayers for the big guy, Abdullah. Man, he's going through it
Yeah.
real bad. Um, I'm
Y'all say
praying.
some prayers also for the man Conan as well. He lost both
Yeah,
legs too as well.
yeah,
So
yeah,
y'all pray for him
so,
as well.
yeah. So at the end of
Also
the day,
lost an indie wrestler as well. Young man, 23 years old. He reminded me so much
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
Devon
yeah.
Everett.
His sister. Um, I forget the girl's name. I know she's gonna be battling Ember Moon. I'm saying Ember Moon. Um,
Athena.
what they call Ember Moon in AEW?
It,
Athena,
it, I
Athena,
think her name Athena.
Athena.
yeah,
But Athena gonna be battling the dude's sister who got hit by the car, changing the tire. That's so sad. Look, man. Hey, if y'all out here in these highways, man, and you break down, man, just
try
if
to get
hey,
over as
look,
far as you can.
just call, man. Look here. I'm pretty sure he had the outlet to call for triple L something. But RIP to that young man. But I'm just talking about like the wrestling wasn't too bad. That last match, like getting back to people like Abdullah, Bruiser Brody, Terry Funk, all these guys who bladed themselves damn near to death. They did it.
Kamala.
Yeah, they did it so these guys of today wouldn't have to do it. And all that damn
Yes.
blatant. When I looked up and I seen Marina Shafir blading herself, and I'm
And
like,
doing
what
it
the fuck,
blatantly.
bro?
She did it
Like,
blatantly.
Same shit with Tony Storm. Like she doing that shit. I'm like, girl, you like one of the most popular female wrestlers on this planet. You don't got to do none of that shit.
Exactly.
Like you, Tony Storm. Like you were now. I ain't gonna say she in the atmosphere of Rhea and them, but like you damn near that. You know.
She's in that second tier. She's with Mercedes. And
Mercedes ain't gonna. I bet you Mercedes don't go for that shit. I bet you she won't go for that shit.
No, because she still got that W. At the end of the day, Mercedes is a WWE product. She's still a WWE product, and I get like people say, well, Dean is too. Dean was more of an indie guy before he went to WWE. Yeah, same thing with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was he was an indie guy before he went to WWE.
But see, and I'm gonna piggyback off what y'all saying. You know, you had these generations bladers, the Nigel McGuinnesses of the world. Nigel McGuinness had to retire because he contracted hepatitis B. You know, when are people gonna learn that blading is not just dangerous for you, but it's dangerous for your fellow wrestler, especially if you're not taking care of yourself the way that you should.
Yeah, and I don't want to get too deep into that because that'll make me have to go back into. I don't want to open a wound on something, but it's just like I can't. I don't care to see all that shit now. I saw enough of that shit. It ain't got nothing to do with me being old, you know. Like it's just come on, hey, y'all got the best teachers now. It's a bunch of former wrestlers who are out here teaching in-ring ability to a lot of these newer and up-and-coming stars. It's bad enough we got to watch them doing all these acrobatics and shit, which I disagree with as well. But all that damn blading. I mean, come on, man. I'm like, come on, Marina, and I'm like, Roddy Strong, you letting them folks, you letting these folks blade your girl like that?
And you know,
come on, man.
This man. Marina Shafir is also a WWE girl. She was in WWE. She was in NXT. She got pregnant, and you know, it kind of left the business behind for a little while. But still, this is what I'm talking about. I can, like you said, you can go back to these death matches with Dick Slater, Dirty Dick Slater, and Dick Murdoch and Van Vader in Japan. You can go back to Juice Thunder Liger when he became Kishin Liger and bladed himself against the Great Muta. I mean, a lot of these things, man, those are unnecessary things that happen. And you don't have to make things exciting just to be making things exciting.
At the end of the day, those guys that you're mentioning are the guys that I'm talking about that did. They kind of had to do that shit. Them guys, they kind of had to do that. These guys and gals don't have to do this. They can just go out there.
Let me say one other thing.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Good God Almighty! Drink some decaf.
This is right up my alley, and I wanted to get on my soapbox about this when you said it.
I know. Those guys, they dare I say they had to do it, and it's just it done got out of hand. We're doing more wrestling content now, so like we got to cover. I'm gonna do all I can to hang in there with AEW. Don, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
First of all, to what degree do you watch AEW?
I don't watch it.
Okay.
Like I said, I used to watch it when Sting was wrestling. Since Sting retired, I haven't been watching. Like the only thing that kept me interested in AEW was Tony Storm.
Okay.
And since she's been doing this, whatever she's been doing recently, I got turned off on it. So I haven't been watching it in a while. But again, I try to keep myself informed of what's going on with the product through social media. Highlights
All
and
right.
stuff.
Well, I'm gonna shift the question to main event. Then the main event, you just gonna run with it.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Tekla? Tekla.
I, I watched her from the indie days, and I watched her uh, when she was in New Japan, and in the
I'm talking about the AEW version of her.
it's watered down, and it's just doesn't make any sense. I mean, a lot of the moves that she used to do, she's not doing. She's not doing, or she's trying to be over exuberant with some of her big moves, and it's just making her look stupid. I mean, the people that they're putting her in with, they're not really enhancing her, and she's not really enhancing herself. And for me, she's just she's burying herself. She's almost like an Aleister Black when he was in WWE. He buries himself.
But right now
This
she's
one,
getting a major push right now because she got. I mean, she the women's champion over there. So what
but
difference?
still watering herself down, and it's still in the products and her being champion is not really good. She's not that great on the mic. She's not that great in ring. I mean,
She cut a decent promo last night. Well, not last night, but Saturday night. She cut a decent promo Saturday night.
so she finally went to school and started learning promos, huh? I mean, it's just like I said, man. I mean, like the product, the product. I mean, I haven't never really liked the AEW product. I always thought the AEW product was a bunch of BS. I thought it was a watered down version of ECW, and I still think is that way now. Even with the Will Ospreys of the world and the Young Bucks and and the John Moxleys of the world, it's still a watered down ECW. It's almost an extreme. I mean, if you can do a portmanteau of what AEW is, it's it's ECA. And what I mean by that is Extreme Championship Association. And that's Crockett Promotion. That's WCW, NWA, Extreme Championship Wrestling. If you want to put it all together in a portmanteau. That's what that is.
All right, I'm gonna shift over to WWE. Don, what is your take on this newly formed bloodline, and what kind of run you think it'll be? They'll get.
I think this is my take. I think they are trying to build up everybody keeps saying The Rock and Roman. I don't think that's the case. I think they teasing for another Jay versus Roman type of situation, and that could. I'm not gonna say it may culminate at WrestleMania. I don't know when it's gonna culminate. But what I'm thinking is, because Jay right now, if you see what happened on Monday, Jay was frustrated of how much attention Jacob's getting. So Jay Jay may end up winning the King of the Ring. Um, but I don't think he's facing Cody. They may have him go up against Gunther again. Um, I
Because I
know
think
this.
okay.
I know this. Anytime they have a title match on SmackDown, normally the belt changes hands.
I just told Mike
And
earlier.
that's
I
what the
said
World Championship, correct?
I think they're gonna take the belt off of Cody Friday because Sam is a special guest referee. Some bullshit gonna happen, and then Gunther gonna lay on the mat and hunch Cody for damn 20. 20 minutes like he did the last time, and then they're gonna I guess they're gonna finally put the title on him, and I can see Jay winning King of the Ring as well, even though he shouldn't, because right now,
Brock is going to interfere. Brock's going to
yeah,
interfere and cost over the King of the Ring. Because
well, and
right now, what? Why are we putting like I would love for Over to have the belt, but I think it's really too early to get. He don't really need the belt right now. He's
okay,
fine. Um,
Yeah.
what they try to do, I think they just try to put more emphasis on the Bloodline saga. And if Jay wins the belt, he's going to SmackDown. He's not with Roman anymore. He's not with the Bloodline anymore. So guess what? I think he's going to do. He's going to end up having, and I'm gonna say this: he's either Solo and the MTFs are going to be with Jay, or the MTFs are going to they're going to turn on Solo and join Jay, and he gonna have his own little bloodline on SmackDown.
I
And
mean, people
now,
always
and
say
now,
that
and now,
live
what you
against
gonna have
none,
to
right?
do? And now, what you got to do? Now that puts it put emphasis back on the bloodline on Raw, but you putting Jimmy in a situation that he has to choose. Either he gonna choose his brother or he gonna choose Roman.
okay, because I noticed something on Monday night. You notice how Roman gave Jimmy his flowers, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I see right through that bullshit. I see right through that. So, um, that bloodline saga about to get real interesting. Um, I had to catch myself when I heard Roman's entrance music, and I fucked up. I fucked around, and y'all, and I threw up the ones. I, 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 I'm mad as hell at myself. A main event done. I threw up the ones, bro. It's like my hand. I was trying to keep my hand down, and somehow my hand just raised up, and I threw up the ones. My goodness.
Well,
So Ruka. By the way, I'm watching the replay of her and Lyra. I think Soul is starting to get a little annoyed at this back and forth between whether she that identifies as a white woman or a black woman, and uh, she's stressing. I identify as mixed, and I think that's the best way for her to do this, because if you identify yourself as a white woman, you kind of shit on your daddy. If you identify yourself as a black woman, you shit on your mom. You shit on your mama. Main event. What you think about that?
I've seen her on her Instagram. I've seen her on her ex. This, uh, she gets rowdy about this. This is something that she hates. She wants to be said. She wants to be said she's mixed because that's what she is. She has a black father and a white mother. Nothing more, nothing less. Excuse me. And she's also said she loves her side, both her sides of her family, and she will not alienate from either one of them. Why can't us, as the internet wrestling community, understand that? Why can't us, as these wannabe Donald Trump loving motherfuckers, understand that? And I don't mean to bring up politics in this because I hate politics. Y'all know this,
Yeah,
but
let's kind of trim that
this is
down.
what this is about,
Yeah, let's
and
but
kind
that's
of
what
but
that's what's hateful about it.
yeah, let's
but
kind of
here's the
trim that
thing:
down.
she's getting more heat for being mixed than Kiana James and what's that dude name? Starks or Saints, Ricky Saints.
Yeah,
Ricky
okay.
Sanchez.
Ricky Saints is black. He ain't even mixed. He's black.
Yeah, his
So
mother's Creole.
yeah, he's Creole, but yeah, he's black though. Like he even said that he's black, cause like I
Yeah,
think he's related. I think he's related to Brandy
right,
Rose.
right. I think that's what it is. They're supposed to
He,
be
he,
like
he's
cousins or something
he's
like that.
related to
Like
who? He's
Brandy
related
Rose.
to Brandy Rose. Okay. Um.
Brandy's like Brandy's from Michigan, and she went to the University of Michigan, by the way.
Oh, God,
Go blue.
God,
Go blue.
look,
But
God, just take me, just
she
take me.
has family ties in
God,
Louisiana area, Louisiana
God,
Texas area.
Jesus,
I think
What?
her
Jesus,
father is from Louisiana, correct?
I think
Jesus,
so.
Jesus,
What?
Jesus,
She did go to Michigan. She even said
Jesus.
it. Like she even got it on
Wasn't she a
Instagram.
cheerleader?
Huh?
She was a
Oh,
cheerleader at Michigan, wasn't she?
I don't think she was, but she went to Michigan. It says
why
like
me?
you look it up. It says she went to Michigan.
Why me? Why me? Why me? I don't
Well, it's
know.
better than
I don't know.
it's better than going to Michigan State. Real
Exactly.
green. You.
I'm quietly, I'm a Sparty dog, but now,
Yes.
Ricky, Ricky, he New Orleans all the way. The accent is there and everything. And it's funny because he tried to disguise that accent, but he can't.
Oh, he Catholic to the bone, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the thing
yeah,
is, what with Soul and Kiana, I'm not even gonna put Ricky in that conversation. Like Soul and Kiana, they see her as a because she's blonde and they see her as a pretty white girl.
yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I love Soul, and yeah, Soul can't get the business from me. But
Immediately.
I really think Kiana looks way better than her.
I just like the thickness of Kiana.
Yes, and it's just how Kiana her swag. That Kiana's the type like Kiana's married by the way. But still,
She ended up getting married to that NXT dude.
I don't know who she married to. I just know she says it says married on her IG. So
Um, Soul looks more like the girl next door. You know what I mean? She look like Soul is the chick that if you don't date her, she be the homie. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
no,
So
Soul look like if you don't date her, she'll slash your tires and bust your windows out.
Oh,
I
y'all are
can see a
crazy.
little bit at it. I can see a little bit
She
at it in
like
her as
she
well.
don't look at
Crazy.
that. Look, don't take that pretty girl thing serious. She looked like she, because I remember she dated Kaiser with the El
She did
Grande.
date Lil Kaiser. Yeah.
She did date him, and that breakup it wasn't worse, but like yeah, she didn't take that breakup serious because he broke up with her. That's right before he got with Tiffany.
Tiffany Stratton.
Damn. So he committed. He turned to be
This dude,
he
this
community
dude
cut up back
dated
there. Ain't
Him and Paul Ruka were
he
together
dated
like
he dated Liv
almost 2
Morgan
years as
too.
well.
He dated Liv. He dated Liv. He dated Soul, and he dated Tiffany in that same order. Now he dating some Mexican chick that's in AAA right now.
he tried, and so that was not kayfabe that he tried Charlotte. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, that
He's a
was kayfabe.
womanizer, bro. He's a womanizer.
That was kayfabe though.
No, it was
And
not.
Charlotte even came
She
out and said it
said
too.
Tiffany said that she saw the records because Charlotte gave it to her. Charlotte gave her the screenshots and stuff. They said that like it was real. He's a woman, bro. Dude's a womanizer, bro.
How I the
If you
reason
could
I
pull,
think it was real is because when Charlotte said that, they kind of drowned her mic out.
because it
You notice
happened
they
around the
kind of
same
drowned
time
her
when she
mic
got
out.
divorced.
Y'all do make a good point though.
When she got
I
divorced,
forgot about that.
when she got divorced from Andrade, he went in her DMs and checked on her, see how she was, and then it became more of just checking on to like he was flirting with her.
But here's the thing though. You know why her and Andrade got divorced, right?
Um, I never heard it.
Charlotte actually cheated on him.
Oh,
Well,
okay, I never
the
heard that.
apple does not fall far from the tree. Shout out to Ric Flair.
Where
Woo!
where she is? Guess what? Well, I guess Charlotte out here nature. Charlotte out here nature as well.
But
So But my new, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, my new crush. So Ruka, my new crush, y'all. Like so, hey,
She got
So
that.
can get it.
She got that next door neighbor look to her, man. But still ain't nobody like the girl Bailey though.
Yeah,
Pamela
Bailey. I still
Rose
like Bailey.
can Pamela
But
Rose can still get it.
I like right now my top women right now that I like. And WWE is not in this order. Is Kiana James. I like Chelsea Green. I don't care if she married. Like
Chelsea Slick a
yeah,
bad girl now.
Chelsea's fine. I like of course I like Nikita Lyons.
Who
She don't do
don't,
nothing
bro?
for me.
And
She
I
don't do
like
nothing
I
for me.
love her,
I'm sorry.
man.
what's the other girl name right now? The girl who just debuted in NST. She's like a rock star girl.
Oh, I can't think of her name right now. I can't think of her name right now.
You
Did
ain't talking
she?
about you ain't talking about the girl who was feuding with our soul is
No, no, not her, not the red hair girl. She's a rock star girl. She's from England.
yeah, that's
God dang it! I can't think of her name right now. She was
okay.
in NXT UK as well, but
Yeah.
she went back to the European Indies.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't think of her name right now.
Mhm.
Where's Zarya from? That's the girl I'm talking about. Where's Zarya from?
Zaria.
She's married. She's American.
Yeah,
She
But
American?
if you see
yeah.
if you take all that makeup off her though, boy, she is bad.
Oh,
She's
she
cute too.
beautiful. She
She's cute.
gorgeous. I
She's
can't.
cute.
I was kind of wondering about that angle between her and Soul, and I don't want to just make no accusations, but it just seems like to me that it was. How can I put it? Like
It was like a romantic thing going on.
it's like it's almost like Zarya had a romantic obsession with Soul.
It was almost like the Mickey James Trish Stratus angle.
Okay, but see, we knew that was a work. We yeah we knew that was a work back then. I mean, because Mickey at the time, um, um, Trish was basically on the backside. She was about ready to go on and hang it up. So
But see, and here's the other thing to that too. No, they were playing off of Mickey James. She had just did a Playboy spread, but it wasn't in a print. It was it was an online spread for Playboy. So they
is
kept playing off of that.
is she, is she under contract with WWE?
I've heard that she's on the Legends contract.
Okay, yeah, well that means she under contract. Oh, that's right because is she doing the LFG thing with Booker them and
Yes,
no, not. Oh, she is.
yes.
Okay, because I know they
She's
got.
one of the coaches.
Yeah, I know they brought in Undertaker's wife Michelle.
Yep.
Okay,
Michelle said she couldn't stay at home, and then her youngest girl loves being in the ring, so they're grooming her.
she ain't old enough. How old that girl?
They're not even 10 years old yet, but they say
Damn.
she hits the ropes and she takes bumps
Okay, they got to take a
already.
bump.
Already,
I think because I think Roman's girl is I think Roman's girl is starting to take bumps
the
now.
oldest girl.
Yeah.
So is Aurora Levesque is also training.
Well, hell, she been taking bumps since she came out the womb. She's a McMahon, so uh,
And there's
uh,
another young man that's also wrestled in his first professional match, and he's only 13 years old.
You talking about Brody Lee son?
Brody Lee's son. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
he. I mean,
I'm hearing rumblings that Shane's oldest son is trying to get into, but now
Declan
they,
McMahon is also
but he's
at
trying to
the
get into MMA.
PT.
He's trying to get into MMA first, though. That's the thing. He want to do MMA.
That's not
okay.
But
Declan. That's his
but
oldest
they,
son. His oldest
I
son is the one from Indiana.
yeah,
All right,
he's
y'all.
trying
Let
to
me
do
go on. Let
MMA.
me go on and address this. Let me go on and address this elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. When everybody see this, the WWE is partnered in some type of way with UFC.
Yeah,
Yes, they are part of the TKO.
Um, recently, they had an event on the White House lawn, which was to me was completely unnecessary. But that's just me as as a fan slash content a guy who's doing wrestling content. Um, and everybody know what happened at the end. You know the dumb shit that sack of shit Josh Hokich said. But y'all stop that bullshit with Roman. Roman is an employee of these folks. So y- y'all know. I mean, Dunn and main event know where I'm going with this. Y'all don't do that. What what you got on that, Dunn?
it was many people that was there at the event. They just paired the camera on Roman, but Matt Cardona, he was there. Tiffany Stratton, she was there. Chelsea Green, she was there. Of course, she had to be. She was there with her husband. Um, I think who else was there?
There was
Somebody else was
multiple
there.
wrestlers from WWE was there.
I think Charlotte,
Also,
yeah, Charlotte, she was there. It was like a dozen of wrestlers that was there. It wasn't just
Yeah,
Roman. Roman just he's the face of the damn company
Jungle Boy
right
was there
now.
from AEW.
Yeah, there was so many people there. Like Shane's sons, they were there, and of course
You know,
Triple
they
H
were
and
there
Stephanie, they
because
was there.
their mother, their grandmother, is part of his cabinet.
Yeah, and I'm here. I heard that that Trick Williams was supposed to be there, but something else had to happen, so he didn't go. But if Trick would have showed up, they would have, yeah, they would have gave Trick the business. But come on now, y'all gotta
I
stop. At the end of the
I
day,
think it was
it's a job.
yeah
You
I
you
think it was
a
smart for them
contracted
not.
worker, and when they tell you to go fly somewhere and be somewhere at a certain day, at a certain time, at a certain event, you have to be there, or
Yeah,
else.
you contractually these people are contractually obligated to do something. And just because we feeling passionate about something, we in our emotions about something, we in our feelings, we can't dictate how these other people put food on or take food off their tables. So y'all
Agreed.
stop it with that bullshit. That's BS. Don't do
Agreed.
that. Um,
Like I said, man, the internet wrestling community is so toxic. I hate to even talk to some people. You
that's
know,
that's that's the internet sports community. Period. Let's get to the king and queens of the rings. Before I go into this Owen Hart revisit, give me your predictions. Start with you main event. Give me your predictions on the women's and men's king of the ring, and give us why.
hmm, who's left? Did Javon Evans win?
You're gonna have Javon Evans versus Jay Uso, and the winner of that gets Obafemi.
Okay. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm gonna say this. I really think a guy like Javon Evans should win the King of the Ring, but I love the prospect of a Jey Uso Obafemi matchup, and I hope to God that nobody messes it up or nobody interferes because you got two potential great matches that could happen. between either Devon Evans and Obafemi or Jey Uso and Obafemi. But I would love, me personally, I would love to see Devon Evans win. But we all know, and like you guys said earlier, it's either Jey Uso or Obafemi that's going to win the King of the Ring. As for the Queen,
Yeah, I ain't gonna let you off the hook like that. No, sir. Give me a prediction. You saw he tried to moonwalk out of that shit. Done.
Yeah, I saw.
He tried to moonwalk. Nope. Give me your prediction.
You got to pick some, bro.
yeah, I
You gotta
know.
pick a side.
I mean, it's such a pick'em. It's such a pick'em kind of affair, and you want to see both of them. You want to see both matches, but
Pick a side.
I,
Main
I
event.
think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Jey Uso only because I'm looking at the visions that y'all have right now
Okay.
for the future in regards to Obafemi. I think that it could be Jey Uso, and I'm also gonna say this: is it possible that Jey Uso may go after Roman for his title and an Olafala as well?
Let's not get ahead. Let's not get ahead.
Look, that sound like an ideal, but I don't think that's gonna happen first. I think we seen that Jay went against Roman so many times and lost. So the best thing to do is to have your own title, a title he ain't never had before. Because let's be real, yeah, the world heavyweight title is the most popular title right now. But we already know the most important, that far as the WWE brand goes, is always going to be the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship.
True.
So I'm just saying that's how they see it as.
I mean, and that's why I just do that in there, just to get everybody to gauge on that, because I mean, I thought I was the only one that was kind of feeling that way as well.
Yeah.
So on the women's side, you got Io versus Charlotte. Who are they still in the semifinals or the final set? I know Io is one finalist. Is Charlotte?
Is Io and Charlotte? I think Io and Charlotte going to be the facing each other. I think.
Okay.
Like in the finals. What I think gonna happen, I really think Io's gonna win, and she's gonna go out to Rhea.
Really?
I think so, because you got to think about it. Rhea left her ass high and dry on Raw to defend on her own for the past few months.
Okay.
I mean, I like Io anyway, and I also love
we know, Jermaine. We know. We already know.
She's my number one.
We know you are Blackanese. What you call yourself?
I just said I want some Japanese niggas. That's all.
Some Japanese niggas.
Some Japanese niggas, yeah. Shout out to Rampage Jackson. He the one that came up with the damn name. He said he got something at home. He got two boys that I have Japanese. So I just stole it from him.
I gotta open up a wound, y'all.
Oh boy.
Because reason why I gotta open up a wound, because I think it's just
Keep an eye on outside.
I'm gonna dive right off into it.
And I'm coming right off the top board with you.
Start with you, main event. Then Don, I want you to pull up the rear on this. What happened with Owen, bro?
There was a conspiracy. Somebody tried to kill him. Someone within the company had a grudge with him, and I don't know how you would have a grudge.
Him or his brother.
Either or, because they're family. And I want to say it's more on Brett's side than Owen's side, unfortunately. Owen was just a victim of right place, right time to me. But when you listen to it and you listen to the late referee, the referee that just died not too long ago, long time referee, he said he said he was about 15 feet from hitting him. He said he heard Owen say, "Watch out."
It ain't Earl Hebner, is it?
Wasn't Earl. It was
Well, yeah.
Was it Kyoto?
not Kyoto. It was oh man, I just thought of his name too, not too long ago. But he said he was about he said he was about within 15 feet of him, and he heard Owen scream as he was coming down.
Yeah,
And then as he screamed, he said,
multiple people heard him scream that. A few of the fans heard him scream that.
"Watch out!" He said, "Watch out!" And then as
Go
he
ahead,
was saying,
Don.
"Watch out," he hit the post.
Yeah, he hit
Okay,
the turnbuckle.
and okay, you know those little clips that you have that you use to clip the keys on and clip them on your belt,
Yeah,
like that they mimic the mountain
they
climbing
use they use that
thing.
they use that to hold a human body.
Right, yeah, with the ropes for the mountain climbers. They had 3 straps wrapped around him. They were trying to say that one of those straps actually wrapped around his neck, which was not the case whatsoever.
No, you can
Because
see that.
the strap
You
was
can see
down
that when
by
they
his
were
waist.
working on him. You can see that when they were working on him.
Yeah. And from what I understand, he came down chest first on that ring post. And when it went down chest first, it jarred him and gave him a basal skull fracture. They kept moving him around like his neck wasn't broken, and that's what
Oh no,
killed him.
he definitely broke his neck. That what killed him.
Right.
He definitely
But
broke his neck.
he still had life. They still could have rushed him to the hospital. They probably could have saved him.
Go ahead, Don.
I just think honestly, Vince Russo didn't know what the fuck he was doing. That's all. Vince
Vince,
Russo
Vince,
booked it.
Vince,
No,
Vince dropped the, Russo dropped the ball for sure.
Vince
Yes.
Russo booked the shit. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't know who was responsible for hiring who was supposed to have been doing the rappelling thing. But the hook that they used, that was for mountain climbing. And I get it. People were like, "Well, that's still," but you're climbing a mountain and rappelling like from you're ascending down.
It was
I
the
mean,
wrong
you're
harness they
descending.
were using.
You're descending down. So
Right.
it's a different harness and it's a different. And the thing is, the speed that because you got to understand different things like that, harnesses and stuff. It is by weight and it's by velocity.
Right.
That type of situation, the velocity is higher than it is you climbing a mountain.
Okay. And then let me piggyback on what you just said real quick. And I want you to pick up where I'm gonna leave you off at. What they use for Sting in the in WCW,
WCW.
they
Yeah.
use the chest one. What they use for Owen was around the waist and around the crotch.
Yeah. What they used to Sting, it was more of a military grade type of
Yep.
thing
Safety.
So
from
Sting used to
where
Sting used to unhook himself. He used to reach over his shoulder. What I used to watch with Sting when he was in WC, he used to reach over his shoulder and
Yeah,
unhook himself.
yeah,
and
that's what I'm
that
talking about.
hook
That's
and that
what,
hook was thick. That hook had to been like 3 inches thick. All
and it
right,
was
and
an
that
actual.
wire,
They used an
that
actual.
cable,
They
and
actually
that
used it.
cable, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now that cable that they used, it can hold up to half a ton.
And that was for mountain climbing.
But again,
the thing about
that's
the
more.
thing about
It's
I'm sorry.
it's more. That's a military grade. That wasn't for mountain climbing. That was more for like rappelling off roofs and stuff. Like SWAT teams and military people. They use that same thing.
Oh,
Senior said it in the interview. I watched the documentary.
kind of
One
like
thing
what?
can't nobody tell me about is my favorite wrestler. I'm gonna tell you that.
Mm. So that was kind of like, you remember how in the was the Sugar Bowl when they had those people repelling from the top of the Superdome, and they were using that, the military was using that. Is that what they were using? That kind
I
of
don't
rope?
know.
I don't know about the
I
Sugar
don't
Bowl.
know.
Like that's something I don't. I'm just letting you know what Steve Borden, aka Sting, told me, because they brought up the situation that why he had to stop doing that after Owen died,
Okay, I think I remember watching that.
and
Now
he
you say
said
that.
that even though we use military grade equipment and it was different from what Owen did, and he even said that um, like Owen, he's a huge fan. He's a huge friend of the Hart family, and it was nothing. It wasn't what he was saying wasn't a knock on Owen's death at all. It just he was trying to go to bat and continue to doing it, but Time Warner, who owned WCW at the time, told him no, you cannot keep doing that. So they had to shut it down.
Hell no. Hell no.
It was yeah,
What? Yeah. I went Time Warner on that one because they didn't need that
yeah.
fiasco because that was a fiasco for the at the time it was still the WWF. That was a
But yeah, but they had
fiasco.
they had to bring they had
Um,
to bring Brett into they brought Brett into the meeting with Sting. And Brett even said to himself that, like, first off, Brett said, "Why am I here? Like, y'all pretty much opening up a whole wound, a whole scar. Like, it wasn't even a year if his brother died. And they asking him, can he get the blessing to still repel? And Brett said that, I'm more about safety than actually putting on a good show. So he pretty much said that I would prefer you guys not to do that, not just because of the sake of my brother, but because of the sake of
we could
the
lose
sake
somebody
of
else.
yeah, but just because of the sake of just being safe.
Bret Hart was one of these. You never heard a single wrestler talk about Bret Hart being unsafe. He's probably one of the safest wrestlers you ever get in the ring with,
And
and I
that's
think that's why he
that's another
became
story.
unbeatable.
That's another story because that's why he had such an issue with Bill.
Goldberg.
But giving credit to Bill, Bill from day one said he knew he wasn't a shit hot wrestler. He knew it. Bill pretty much I know on certain terms was like I did what they told me to do. But getting back to this, a, a fan, somebody had a pair of binoculars looking up in the ceiling. You don't find that kind of strange?
But most wrestlers had binoculars and stuff back then because here's the thing: if you sat in the cheap seats at the very top back
You have
then,
binoculars,
you can have binoculars. This is before 9/11. Now
right?
you can't even have binoculars. You can't bring that in any stadium anymore because it's prohibited. Because they think that you're scoping out stuff to try to take somebody out and stuff. But back then, people had binoculars. I remember going to the Fulton County Stadium. We sit in the cheap seats and we had binoculars looking at the Braves game or the Falcons game.
Yep,
Okay.
this
So
is
yeah,
true.
so binoculars back in the '90s were very common.
Well,
And
rumor
then
has it that that person, I don't, that person claimed that they saw somebody up there that wasn't on.
Well, it
Is
originally,
had
there
to be
anything?
somebody up there. There had to be somebody up there to make sure he get over the ledge. You can't just rappel by yourself. They still did a
right?
safety. They still had to do a safety check at the end of the day. They had to make sure everything was secure, because the
Okay.
company that hired that had the equipment, they had somebody had to be up there with him.
And then originally They played rock paper scissors. Him and Jeff Jarrett played rock paper scissors on who was on the repel, and Jarrett
Damn.
won.
Damn. I would, in a perfect world, I would rather it have been, I would rather just it be ended as it being an act of God on why we lost on that night. But that shit kind of routed me as a fan because I was still a young wrestling fan then. And I was actually watching, me and my partners was watching in our condo, we were watching that. And this shit was so weird how that shit happened because it was like I forgot who was wrestling. What did the Godfather and somebody?
It was supposed to be the next matchup was supposed to have been the Blue Blazer and the Intercontinental Champion, whoever Intercontinental Champion was at that point, was going to be an Intercontinental Championship match.
Well, I don't know why I keep thinking about the Godfather. Either he was supposed to wrestle the Godfather, the Godfather was in the ring at the
I
time.
think the Godfather was the Intercontinental Champion at the time, and he was about to enter the ring.
That's who you need to hear from. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look up some YouTube videos. That that's who you need. That's who, a person like that who you need to hear from. Um, before we close it out, um, I seen an interview with New Jack. I'm assuming this is shortly before he passed. Um, someone told him, whatever you do, don't talk to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And you know him. Everybody knew Jerome. He ain't good with following instructions. So
yeah,
he saw he saw Vince.
in the
And he
airport, right?
walked up to Vince and said, "How you doing?" I don't know. It sounded like he was talking like they was at the arena or something. I don't know. Maybe it was at the airport. And he introduced himself, and Vince, yeah, I'm Vince McMahon. And next thing you know, they was telling him, "We'll call you."
Yeah. Originally,
I I
New
have an
Jack
issue
was
with that
going to do a
because
one-off. The
I
rumor is
have an
New Jack
issue.
was a one-off.
Huh?
The rumor is that New Jack was supposed to do a one-off match at one of the pay-per-views. I can't remember if it was SummerSlam or WrestleMania. It was one of those pay-per-views. And he was supposed to, I think he was supposed to fight a hardcore I think it was supposed to be like somebody like either Cactus Jack or Chainsaw Charlie at the time. I can't remember. But he was supposed to it was gonna do a one-off. And it never came about because around that same time the train the mass transit incident happened. And they scrapped it all together. So that meeting was around 97.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get up out of here, man. I just want to just chop it up a little bit because, like I said, the heavy hitters took the night off, and we gonna resume the Wrestling Mike weekly show starting back next Wednesday, but we're gonna be earlier because heavy hitters usually come on around 9:05. So the Wrestling Mike will be somewhere outside on either 6:30 or 7:30. So
Just give a quick shout out,
we'll
man.
be back next Wednesday.
All you New York people that's listening, congratulations. Jalen Bronson, you made a believer out of me. You made a believer out of me when he was at Villanova, but you made a fan out of me. So congratulations to those Knicks. The Villanova 4 that's with the Knicks right now. Because it's 4 of them that's with the Knicks that won national championships together at Villanova. So congratulations to them. Also, I just want to give a special shout out to one of my good friends. And he listens every once in a while. Derek Murphy. His mother was the late Joyce Grable. If you remember Joyce Grable.
The name sounds extremely familiar.
Wrestler from the
Enlighten
50s.
us.
She's a wrestler from the 50s. She actually wrestled with Moolah. She wrestled in WWE for a short while.
Okay.
She wrestled
Yeah.
in most of the territories. She's a Hall of Famer. And
she was late 70s, early 80s.
Yep. And she
I remember
was in the game a long time. From LaGrange, Georgia. Also, another shout out to Chick Donovan. He had his final match about 3 weeks ago. He's also from LaGrange, Georgia. And he had his final match last week. And he was the oldest wrestler at the time, 84 years old, and was still doing it.
And Chick, to be 84, was still looking good.
Yes, he did.
That was a good moment. Speaking of that, and then we're gonna get out of here with the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. But that was
it was a weird match.
It
was weird.
Shout out to Jimmy Valiant.
I love him.
That right there.
I love him.
I love the character.
Almost as iconic as the Moondogs.
When you see, I put it to you like this: Terry Bollea got a lot of his stuff from people like Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy Valiant. A lot of those guys come out from the same crowd. Jimmy Valiant, Jesse the Body Ventura. I don't know if you remember Austin Idol.
Austin Idol, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
and, that's what they tried to groom.
That's about it. So yeah. He just shout out to him as well, because he's a double amputee as well.
He did get.
We'll get out of here from a main event, man. OG Truth with a 2, Hurts with a Z, and on a wrestling mic. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. We always seek to speak truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, man. Me and the main event, we are out of here.
Later, guys.
The truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.